Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from my wife's craft room today, actually. And what we're going to talk about today, and what we're going to look at today, is my t-shirt collection. Now, before we get into this, I want to make it really clear, because this is a big, I have a lot of t-shirts. Apparently I'm a hoarder. That is the thing I have come to realize when I started making this video, getting ready to make this video. I never intended to have a giant collection of t-shirts. As I travel to roadside attractions, I always like to buy something in the gift shop. Something to remember the experience by, as well as a way to contribute to the roadside attraction or amusement park or museum. I really like to help, to help support them and to help promote them as well. I tried collecting some other things. I collected shot glasses for a while, which is funny because I don't even drink. I collected snow globes, but sometimes it's like, snow globes are something that just not every place has. But almost every place has t-shirts. And t-shirts are the most practical because you can wear them. They're pieces of clothing. You need to wear clothing every day. And so it seems like the least wasteful. It's not a knick-knack. It's not a trinket. It's a functional thing that you can put on your body. So I started just buying a lot of t-shirts. And it really apparently just started adding up. And I have amassed a frightening collection of t-shirts. So let's get right into it. Today I am wearing a Mystery Town USA t-shirt. This is an amazing attraction in Mackinac City, Michigan. I focused on cryptids. So a lot of my t-shirts, cryptids seem to be a running theme. Definitely an amazing attraction. Here we have one of my all-time favorites. This is the Funtown Mountain t-shirt. This is a amusement park that only existed for 6 weeks. This is a collector's item, and there's a long, convoluted history. We don't have time to get into that right now. This is Ben & Jerry's Flavor Graveyard. It is where they go, it is a real place where they go to bury their discontinued flavors. And actually, if you turn the shirt around, they list all the flavors here on the back that they no longer serve. This is a shirt from my actual spreadshirt shop. I sold these when I did my Route 66 trip. I had to have wanted to have a special t-shirt to coincide with that trip. This is from the Museum of the Weird in Austin, Texas. It says, "I saw the world famous creature in the ice." And I did. They had a freezer in the back where they actually had a frozen Sasquatch-like creature that you could view. Oh, here you have Bucky. Yeah, I love Bucky. One of the best gas station chains in the country, and it has some of the most amazing merch. You gotta love Bucky merch, and I gotta have my red Bucky's t-shirt from Katy, Texas, where they have the world's largest car wash. Here's another one that's really special to me. It says a Indiana Beach t-shirt. Indiana Beach closed down this year. They're not going to open back up, so I'm glad that I got this when I could. Yeah, it's the roller coaster here, and it actually says Tasty Pronto Pup, which Pronto Pup is a chain of corn dogs around the country that I guess they tied in with Indiana Beach. And yeah, on the back it says best doggone hot dog in the world. I bought this from Will Russell, who was also the owner of Funtown Mountain. Love this one. Goatman Lives, Popelik, Kentucky, and I also been to the legendary Goatman Bridge in Popelik, Kentucky. Also have quite a few from haunted attractions. This is from the Arx Mortis haunted attraction, one of my favorite haunted houses, and one of the most welcoming haunted houses that ever had me. It is one of the best haunted houses in the country, and it is out in the middle of nowhere in Alabama. Here's another shirt that I had made. Sold these at the Mothman Festival where I was a guest last year. This is like all the cryptids with me in the middle, and this was actually the inspiration for my first tattoo. Another haunt t-shirt. This is from the Mysterious Mansion in Gatlinburg. And on the back you got the that big picture of the manor with their slogan, "If You Dare." This is a t-shirt to celebrate Jake the Alligator Man's birthday. I've had this one for quite a while. My friend Jeff out in Pacific Northwest, it goes by his company's Vintage Roadside. He designs t-shirts and comes up with t-shirts with vintage slogans on them, and he was making t-shirts for Jake the Alligator Man's birthday party. Jake is a taxidermied monstrosity, and they would used to do annual birthday parties for him, and this was the t-shirt from, see if it has the year on it, 2014. There we go, Zoltar. Zoltar Speaks. This t-shirt was actually given to me by the family that runs Characters Unlimited, who creates the Zoltars and Pappies that you see. Here's my friend Mortimer Blankenship III, the man who I had my first one-on-one professional wrestling match against, and we later became good friends. It says, "Money talks. In Morty, we trust." Got this at the Spam Museum. I am a fan of Spam, and I'm also a fan of Paul Bunyan, and Paul Bunyan is, really popular in the Minnesota area. You can see it's actually shaped, the image is actually shaped like Minnesota, and then you have Paul Bunyan carrying 1,000 cans of Spam. This shirt's actually made by the International Paranormal Museum in Somerset, Kentucky, who makes some really cool cryptid-based shirts. This is the Hopkinville Goblins, which is a really cool story about a series of space goblins that attacked a farmhouse in Kentucky. It's a real story. Yeah, look at those freaky little guys. The shirt was sent to me by the Ripley's Company. Ripley's Company, I love the Ripley's Company. They have been, as far as like corporate companies that own attractions, they have been one of the most accommodating, friendly people. I love the Ripley's Company. Gatorland, most famous gator-related attraction in the country. They had a lot of different ones there. This one kind of stuck out to me. I loved the, almost like the, sideshow banner type style to it. There's another one given to me by the Ripley's Company. It has a clock there. It's actually glow in the dark. When you turn the lights off, it has that Ripley's R in the middle. Got this in Braxton, West Virginia. This is the Flatwoods Monster. They bought it at the Monster Museum there in Flatwoods. Mothman's not the only major cryptid out of West Virginia. You got to give love to the Flatwoods Monster. This t-shirt actually glows in the dark as well. I'm a huge Disney fan. So this is my Haunted Mansion t-shirt. It's a little faded, it looks like, but this actually, these are a chunk of glow in the dark ones here. This one actually glows in the dark as well. It's got the hitchhiking ghost, the caregiver, and even the Hatbox Ghost over here, even though we don't get him in Florida yet. This is the White Raven Trading Company in Tombstone, Arizona. It's a very cool oddity shop slash museum. You got the cool logo there. Actually gave me 2 shirts while I was there. They're very awesome people. They have the largest collection of woolly boogers. So this is the woolly, or the booger research, swamp booger research team. They have the largest collection of woolly boogers, which is the taxidermied remnants of a certain animal made to look like a Sasquatch-like creature. Oh, I talk about iconic roadside attractions. You can't have the conversation without south of the border. This is the giant sign that you can drive under. Love that. And I love that bright yellow color. My wife says that yellow makes me look pale, but I still love this shirt. I got this at a vending machine in Seattle, Washington when I was riding the monorail there. Love the Simpsons reference. Monorail, monorail, monorail. Love the Simpsons, love the monorail episodes, and I just love monorails. This is a collector's item. This is from an attraction that no longer exists. You have to look at the back here. It is from the Los Angeles Coroner's Department, which for some reason used to have a gift shop. They closed that down for some reason, sadly. So I'm happy to have my Department of Coroner t-shirt from the LA Coroner Department. Now, I mentioned the International Paranormal Museum and Research Center in Somerset, Kentucky before. As I said, they have some really cool shirts. My wife bought me this one. And this is the, I have another Goatman shirt, but this is another Poplick Goatman shirt. This one's a little more graphic. He's got a bloody axe. You got this at the Mothman Festival. Of course, you can't talk about cryptids. Without Mothman. Mothman is king of the cryptids, if you ask me. This is Woolly Mammoth, which is a oddity shop in Chicago, Illinois. Definitely love the shop, and I had to get this shirt. I love the little guy with the pith helmet there, being cooked alive. And then Rock City, one of the best roadside attractions in the country. It's got the what is it? The 7 states that you can see right there. Shows what distance they are from Rock City. Showed a different version of this earlier, but this is the Mysteries of the Unknown artwork. I have this in my t-shirt shop, and this one's actually available in the Spreadshirt shop. One of probably my favorite of my t-shirts that I have in my shop. And again, big Disney fan, big fan of Disney dark rides. This Mr. Toad's Wild Ride shirt. We spent a week at Disney, and my wife spent the entire time trying to track this shirt down for me because she knew that I wanted it so bad. But they only had it in they only had a few left, and they only had them in certain sizes. She went to different shops that said they had it, and then they didn't. And then the last night we were there, we went back through the original shop on Main Street, and they just so happened to have it in my size, and I will treasure it forever. The Hodag shirt. The Hodag, of course, a mythological creature. It lives in Rhinelander, Wisconsin, and everywhere you go in Rhinelander, you will see the Hodag. It's a Disney shirt, the Jingle Cruise. Big fan of the Jungle Cruise ride. They do the really cool Jingle Cruise overlay on Christmas, which I'm a huge fan of. Here we have another vintage roadside shirt, the beautiful Atomic Tunnel in Daytona Beach, Florida. It's an extinct attraction. You can see that it was the home of Happy, the Walking Fish. It's another vintage roadside shirt, the Squirrel Lodge and Motor Court. Where was this? It was near Nashville, Tennessee. And here we have the International Cryptozoology Museum. This is in Maine. They have the coelacanth as their mascot because it is a cryptozoological creature that turned out to be real. Check this out. This is the airbrush t-shirt we got made in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Me and my wife Christy. She got a matching shirt as well, so we can always remember how much we love each other. And, you know, the nice sunset there with the beautiful cabin. Here's the first t-shirt I ever owned from my own merch shop. It's got my little face on there, done by Mr. Chicanery. Now, I didn't actually go to this possum drop. Which year was this? This is 2010, 2011, New Year's possum drop. I actually found this at a thrift shop afterwards, but had to own it. Is a shirt from Obscura, a oddity shop in New York. They actually had a TV show called Oddities. I believe it was on the History Channel or Travel Channel, one of those channels. It was a really cool show. It showed the inner workings of an oddity shop. And when I was in New York, I had to swing by. There is the very, very shortly lived Gettysburg Dime Museum. It was only around for a couple years. Absolute amazing museum. It has the world's fattest man. He was the fattest man in London, maybe? I forget his name. Here, my friend Greg gave me this shirt. This is Adventures by George on YouTube. It's my Team Garrison shirt. Of course, David Garrison gave me some of my very first opportunities in the world of pro wrestling, so I will always be hashtag Team Garrison. This is the Fun House haunted house in Bluff City, Tennessee. Unfortunately, I think they're going to be moving their location very soon. That is Taffy, their mascot clown right there. There's another shirt I bought from Will Russell's store, The Marvelous Mystery. It's a Kentucky jackalope. Here we have a jug band, got an armadillo playing the washboard, a raccoon playing the jug, there's a skunk playing the bass, and the possum playing the banjo. This was given to me by my friend Laramie when he came and visited us last year. This is another shirt by the International Paranormal Museum and Research Center in Somerset, Kentucky. This is kind of their standard shirt. See, it's got the Loch Ness Monster on it. Here we have another Jake the Alligator Man birthday shirt. I've had this shirt for so long. It was sent to me. I think this is the first shirt that was sent to me by my friend Jeff of Vintage Roadside. And another Vintage Roadside shirt from an extinct attraction, the Tiki Garden in Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. This is the Venice Beach Freak Show. That is no longer there. They got kicked out of their building in Venice. And that's one thing about these t-shirts. You never know when these places are going to disappear. So it's a way to remember these extinct attractions. My friend Ian gave me this one. It is a Moldorama shirt. So when they had their anniversary, the 50-year anniversary of the Moldorama. And it's like a concert shirt. It shows you when the different Moldorama molds were introduced. The bison was new in 2016. Koala, 75. Dolphin all the way back in 1966. And there we go. One of my absolute favorite roadside attractions. House on the Rock. This is maybe the only shirt that I have that I bought at a concert. One of the few concerts I've been to. I went and saw Drive-By Truckers quite some time ago. But I still have the shirt. Okay, now those t-shirts were just the ones that I have in my closet. My wife has a closet, I have a closet. Those are all hanging up in my closet, crammed in there. We still got more. This here, this is a suitcase I keep packed in my trunk, so I always make sure I have enough clothes. So this just stays packed in the trunk of my car. It's been packed a while. Actually, I haven't cracked into this in a while, so I'm curious to see what t-shirts are living in here. There's not too many in here. Well, I think this might be dirty. But let me fan that out a little bit. But that is the Expedition Bigfoot Museum in Blue Ridge, Georgia. One of my favorite cryptid museums. A really great place. And they gave me this shirt. All right, here we have our Space Needle shirt. And this is not the Seattle Space Needle. No, no, no. This is the Gatlinburg Space Needle. And actually, when I visited Seattle, just to be a little bit of a troll, I wore this shirt at the Seattle Space Needle. Oh, we got my Hogzilla shirt in here. This is Hogzilla. It's a sandwich that they serve at 12 Bones Barbecue Restaurant in Nashville. I've had this a long time. The Hogzilla is a pulled pork sandwich. Then it has a full sausage on it, as well as bacon and melted cheese and barbecue sauce. It is delicious. Okay, so not too many in my extra bag here, but I do have 2 dresser drawers still full of t-shirts. Okay, got my dresser drawer here. Let's just dig in and see what we got. What's this? Oh! This is my Daryl the Dog-A-Gator shirt from the Abita Mystery House in Abita Springs, Louisiana. I actually had the same shirt before, and I wore it out to the fact that it dry rotted, which wore it so much it fell apart, and I actually went back and bought the exact same shirt because I loved it so much. Here's the Rock Fantasy Pinball Shop. They have a bunch of vintage pinball machines. The owner invited me out there and actually invited me to his home where he had a bunch of old fiberglass figures from different closed attractions. That's in Middletown, New York. This thing we got another Mothman shirt. See Mothman plunging down on those innocent victims. Here is the Vacuum Cleaner Museum shirt in St. James, Missouri. Just a funny side note, I was invited to the Ripley's corporate party at IAPA, and I showed up and they're all dressed in like tuxedos, and I'm wearing shorts and my Vacuum Cleaner Museum shirt. Oh, there we go. My buddy Adam the Woo. Here is another Expedition Bigfoot shirt. Again, a really cool Bigfoot museum in Blue Ridge, Georgia. Here we have another Adam the Woo shirt. The coffee cup there. Oh, this is the Strand. This is the local movie theater. I just really loved their logo with the octopus eating popcorn. Here's a special one. Here is a special shirt. Ta-da! I ate it all. Big Texan Roadhouse. This is the shirt that I won for eating a 72-ounce steak at the Big Texan in Amarillo. It has the number on the back. I think I was the 9,621st person to finish the steak. Did it on April 5th, and it's authenticated right there. This is a t-shirt I actually have had since I was a teenager. It's a jar 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 Binks t-shirt. Yeah, when the Star Wars prequel movie came out, people hated Jar Jar. And I was kind of a nerd. I played Magic the Gathering, hung out in comic book shops. So to nerds, Jar Jar was the worst thing that had ever happened. So I kind of wore this shirt as almost like a statement and almost like a intimidation factor, because I knew that nerds couldn't stand to be looking at Jar Jar. So we'd play Magic the Gathering and have Jar Jar glaring at them from my chest across from the table. My buddy Danny got me this because he knew I loved Krampus. So this is a takeoff, a mashup between Christmas Story and Krampus. This is Las Vegas Oddities, a wonderful oddity shop in Las Vegas. The owners were so nice and so cool, and they let me film. And I bought this awesome t-shirt. Oh, it's another one from my shop. It was the anthropomorphic cross between me and a possum. Manager of Cooters got me these. This is the Cooters Garage, the attraction out in Pigeon Forge, the Dukes of Hazzard based attraction. So you got this one too. This is what's that? Hogco gasoline. My friend Jeff, Vintage Roadside, made this one. This is Yardbirds, which is it's a store, a shopping center out in the Pacific Northwest, and they have this bird logo. They have like a giant, massive, like paper mache version of him outside. Pretty cool. I don't know how many people remember this TV show, but there was a TV show called, back when there was like a lot of like reality shows based around like Southern people. There was a show called Myrtle Manor about a trailer park in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You could actually just go there and hang out with the people on the reality show. I actually bought this shirt like from the cast. They were just there hanging out. They were really friendly and it was really fun. Oh, I was so bummed when the show was taken off the air. Oh, look at this. I think this is probably the first Carpetbagger shirt that I actually had. See, it actually says carpetbagger.org, my old website. It's still active, it's just not updated. That's my original logo. We got another Adam the Woo shirt. Join me, shall you? Oh, this is another extinct attraction. This is from Clay's. We used to have the possum drop on New Year's, where they'd lower a possum from a crane. It says the Zone of Lawlessness, Clay's Corner in Brasstown, North Carolina. This isn't there anymore. Yeah, they call it the Zone of Lawlessness because there was like weird legal wranglings where they were exempt from certain laws so that they could legally do the possum drop. Wish I remember who sent me this. This is the Knuckle Sandwiches Are Free shirt. This is from the International Banana Museum, one of the weirdest roadside stops. It's in the middle of the desert. There's nothing around. You drive for miles and miles to the desert. There is a liquor store and a banana museum. The only banana museum. Look, it's doing a little pyramid of bananas. This is a weird place. I got this orange beauty at the World's Largest Orange in Kissimmee, Florida. Purchased that t-shirt. Look, it's got the full, I love how it's got like the full address and like phone number and all the information on the front of the shirt. Alright, let me go get my other dresser drawer. Okay, got another dresser drawer full of shirts. Oops, what we got here? We got Wall Drug with that wonderful Jackalope Wall Drug, of course. One of the most amazing roadside attractions out in South Dakota. And I love the little jackalope. Got another Abita Mystery House. Again, one of my favorite roadside attractions of all time out in Louisiana. Another Adam the Woo with the vintage Adam the Woo shades on it. This is wrinkly. I don't know if I need to iron these or I don't know. Stuff gets wrinkled when you don't hang it up. I've had this forever. This is my Griswold family Christmas shirt. Always a huge fan of the vacation movies. Always kind of, envision myself as somewhat of a Clark Griswold. Here is my Epcot Center shirt. Again, a huge fan of the Disney parks. I love that vintage design. Another shirt that I got for eating something enormous. We have the Home Wrecker hot dog. Let me see, how big was this thing? 15-inch hot dog. I devoured this and won this shirt for eating the hot dog. And I think I only had 20 minutes to go back and check the video. But yeah, this is from Hillbilly Hot Dogs out in West Virginia. Look at this. This is just like a plain blue shirt. Ain't got nothing on it. Why do I have this? This is from the world's largest ball of twine in Darwin, Minnesota. Now some people say it's not the largest, but it is definitely the largest, made by one man, and it is the largest in Minnesota. Well, we got another Buc-ee's shirt. Let me see, say where this one's from. Oh yeah, this is from New Braunfels. The Buc-ee's New Braunfels. Got two different Buc-ee's shirts. Maybe I need to get one from every Buc-ee's gas station and make that a goal. This is from the launching pad in outside of Chicago. What city is that? Wilmington, Illinois. When I was going to do Route 66, they were in the process of reopening the launching pad with the famous Gemini Giant Muffler Man. And even though they weren't open, they were kind enough to sell me this shirt, and I got a little bobblehead as well. I'm really interested in going back there and seeing how they're doing. Got this from Monster Mash Burgers out in Sevierville, Tennessee, outside of Pigeon Forge. Creator of the greatest burger on earth. I got this t-shirt after I attempted to eat a 15-pound burger. Of course, I can't eat a 15-pound burger. That's lunacy. Oh, got this. This is a shirt from Lexington, Kentucky. It's a unicorn. Got this from a really cool t-shirt shop called Kentucky for Kentucky, the home of the notorious Cocaine Bear. Oh, the shirt from Vulcan, this giant, massive statue in Birmingham, Alabama. It's this giant statue of a naked Greek god overlooking the entire city of Birmingham. And then finally got one last shirt. What's this from? Oh, it's from the Land of Oz, the Oz theme park that opens up, I think it opens up a couple weekends a year. For a while it opened up 2 days a year. Out in Beach Mountain, North Carolina, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's an old classic amusement park. Alright, that's not it. Because I did make an attempt to try to get rid of some of my t-shirts. My friend Tim, who has a YouTube channel, Brother Tim, he helps me film wrestling a lot when I do wrestling, and he volunteered. He said his mom makes t-shirt quilts, and said if I give him a bunch of t-shirts that she would make a quilt for me, and she did. I'm sitting on it right now. Let's take a look. Yeah, this beautiful quilt, all constructed out of different t-shirts. Now these are not all my t-shirts. Tim added a couple, and a couple I got at a thrift shop to help fill it out, because for some reason I thought I didn't have enough. But yeah, some of these are shirts that I couldn't wear anymore because of size, or they just wore them out. We got another Morty right there. This here's a design for my t-shirts for my Spreadshirt shop. Art done by Danielle Tannerelli. I had a couple of new ones of these, the Sasquatch Museum, the Expedition Bigfoot. I just wore this one out because I wore it every day. It says, "Where's the heck is Waynesville, North Carolina?" This is a ode to my adopted hometown. Where the heck is Waynesville? Yeah, the hillbilly, the drunken dog. Yeah, I guess that. It's so goofy. This is the Malden Oasis. This is actually a bar that my uncle owns. You see the logo is two palm trees with a tractor and a motorcycle pulled up to it. It's a possum-based t-shirt my wife got me. It says, "I seek adventure and trash." This one was given to me by my friend Jeff for Vintage Roadsides. It is a mermaid bar in Great Falls, Montana. You see a mermaid in a cowboy hat. He designed this for their bar. This is my t-shirt. This was one of my favorites. This is from the La Brea Tar Pits out in LA. And this one, I remember what happened to this one. Ink pen exploded on the shirt and kind of ruined it. It's another old Carpetbagger t-shirt design. And this is cool. This is a t-shirt from the world's largest 10 Commandments at Field of the Woods out in the middle of nowhere outside of Murphy, North Carolina. I think Tim added this. I think this was Tim's shirt. The Chattanooga Beard Company. It's a funny story. I got this shirt thrown from a balcony during Mardi Gras, and I caught it. This is the Open Road Tavern in Turtletown, Tennessee. I got this t-shirt. We went there for my sister's 21st birthday. It's this bar, a very, very rural bar. And their sign, they did not say Open Road Tavern. Their sign was just the word beer. And rumor was that the name of the bar was actually beer, but we later found out it was called the Open Road Tavern. You can see it's got a cool little turtle on a motorcycle. This is a t-shirt commemorates the Path of Totality. This one was from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. I bought this t-shirt in my first trip ever to New Orleans. And look, she even took the time to cut. This used to be like on the breast, and she cut that off and put it there. So sweet. It's another possum-based shirt I had, a 3 Possum Howl, based off of the old 3 Wolf Howl shirt. And then here's the lyrics to a song called 5 Pounds of Possum. The refrain says, "'Cause there's 5 pounds of possum in my headlights tonight." It's a big-ass fan company. They make those giant fans that you see in a lot of venues. And they sent me this free t-shirt. I just never felt comfortable wearing a shirt that said ass on it. Here's the I Found Wayne shirt. The town here used to hide a camel somewhere in once a week on Wednesdays. They would hide a camel somewhere in town, and whoever could identify where the camel was at on Facebook first would actually win a t-shirt. And I put my mind to it, and I found Wayne the camel. And then finally, one last Carpetbagger shirt with my silly face on it. But let's flip this over. You can see it was made by made for the Carpetbagger by Magnet Fishing Grandma and Brother Tim. And then in the middle, they put map of the United States right there. So that is my t-shirt collection. I don't know if I should be proud or if I should be ashamed of myself. It's just I'm going to continually. A lot of t-shirts were given to me, and then a lot of them were just purchased at gift shops. I loved getting them as souvenirs. So that masks quite a collection. I do wear them. I wear some more than others. I usually wear the more comfortable ones. I kind of have a circulation of the more comfortable ones. Some of them, don't fit as well or have, not as comfortable material. So I usually wear the ones that fit me better and are a little more comfortable. But they're my uniform. When I was a social worker, I wore button-up t-shirts and polo shirts. But as an adventurer, as a roadside attraction visitor, these are my uniform, and this is what I wear when I make these videos. Appreciate you guys joining me here. If you'd like to get your own t-shirt, I sell them down below in my Spreadshirt shop. Also selling some other stuff in the Etsy shop. And if you would like to donate to Patreon, a $3 or more donation will get you a postcard once a month. But until next time, this one's in the bag.